In today's video, we're checking out the most impressive Epiphone I've had my hands on. This is the inspired by Gibson Epiphone Explorer. Now, if you're familiar with this range of guitars, this is the first time I've had a chance to play one, and I'm very impressed. The finish on the neck is beautiful. We get a nice fat neck, two really great sounding pickups, and the largest case I've ever seen for any guitar ever. It's like a coffin. It's hilariously huge. Before we get into this video, just a quick disclaimer. This is just on loan from Sky Music, my local music shop. I don't get to keep it. No money's changed hands. This isn't sponsored in any way. So if you want to check this out, I'll leave some affiliate links down in the description box below. Let's get into it. Up next, we're going to talk about what you need to know about this guitar, but I'm going to start by talking about the unboxing experience. So when I got this box into my car, I drove it home. I thought, man, this box is huge. I took the case out and I laughed. I thought, man, this thing, it's massive. The box was hitting the ceiling trying to get it off the top of the hard case. But when I actually opened up the case itself, it was absolutely beautiful. It was one of the best unboxing experiences I've ever had. So I opened it up and I just went, wow, this is really impressive. We get a pink plush interior case, but we also get one of the nicest looking Korina Explorers I've ever seen. This is really stunning. I love the finish. The neck is nice and fat as well. So if you like a bit of a chunky neck, you'll get a kick out of this. It's not too fat. It's definitely not the fattest sort of 50s neck I've ever played, but it definitely feels great in the hand. And everything about that experience was on a whole other level to every other Epiphone I've ever unboxed personally doing this channel for so many years. So if you've got one of these or another one in the series, congratulations. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I think one of the standout features with this guitar for me is we get a set of burst buckers, and burst buckers are my personal favorite pickups from Gibson, and I've got them in my Flying V, and these sound every bit as nice, so that's cool. They are gold plated as well. As you can see, we've got the gold hardware here, even around the switch over here. This is a three-way toggle switch, so it can go between neck, both pickups, or bridge pickup on its own. We get two volume controls here and a single tone control. We get 22 frets, and the scale length is 24.72 inches. We get the hockey stick headstock here, which is a pretty cool point of difference from your Les Paul style guitars, and all of the tuners are on the same side, which makes tuning up a whole lot faster, at least in my experience. Gold-plated tuners again, and here is the back of the headstock. While we get that beautiful hard case, if you're not playing this guitar, it's really hard to put in a stand. Like these floor stands I've got behind me right here, they don't work with this guitar. It's just not going to balance in there. So you have to get one of those stands that sort of clamps on the neck, and you need to have one that's tall enough as well, or you're gonna have to lay it flat on the floor or back in the case. So just keep that in mind. If you are thinking about buying this guitar, I'll link to a stand that actually works with it. It's one that I've got. So yeah, I'll put that down in the description as well. Again, I hope you liked this video, and if you're an owner of one of these already, or if you're thinking about getting one or a different guitar from this particular Inspired by Gibson range, let us know. It's the first time I've played them. I've seen them in the shop, but being a lefty, I've never actually picked one up, and I'm very impressed with this. This is definitely going in the best of 2024. All right, let's kick it off with some clean tones. Now, I've added some digital delay just for the first few passes here because it sounds pretty iconic on this neck pickup. Have a listen to this. It's a great sound. If you're an Edge fan, you'll get a kick out of that. Over to both pickups, let's have a listen to this, and this is still clean, and I've turned the delay most of the way down. I mean, that top end is really beautiful. It's nice and snappy, whether you're playing chords or single note stuff. You can make that work. I think that sounds really good. And now over to bridge pickup. Here we go, no delay. Still got that sort of real punchy sound. All right, let's switch it over to the drive channel. Let's try some crunch tones now, starting on the bridge pickup, and this is great for that blues or classic rock, Texas rock kind of thing. I mean, that to me sounds great. And both pickups, but with the neck pickup just down a hair. This is the kind of sound I was using in that intro track. And now with the neck pickup all the way up, it's going to bring in more bass. Over to neck pickup. And with the volume control down, so it cleans up beautifully. And back up. So that's really cool. Let's try the tone control now on the bridge pickup. I'll play the same thing a few times. Yeah, it doesn't really do the woman tone thing. It sort of gets a bit too nasally for me, but just up from off still works. And all the way wide open. Let's crank up the drive. And lastly, I've dialed in a big rhythm sound with more drive, more gain. Let's have a listen to this. Let's wrap this video up. I'm going to give you my thoughts on this beautiful looking and sounding Epiphone inspired by Gibson Explorer. Now, I'm not an Explorer player by nature, but I do own a Flying V, and I think the feel of this guitar is better than my Flying V. The neck, it's got that big, nice, chunky neck. The finish on the neck is also less shiny than the one that I've got, and it's nice and light, so it really ticks all the boxes there. My only small complaint with this guitar, and it could just be that it's come straight out of the box, and I did stretch out the strings, I always do that, but the tuning stability has been a little bit hit and miss on a couple of the strings, but it's gotten better as I've progressed through this video. So if you saw any weird cuts, that's why. I was like, man, it's out of tune, so I just wanted to tune it up again. But basically, this guitar is the best Epiphone I've seen in person. It's absolutely beautiful, and if they're Flying V and all the rest of them are anything like this, this is really impressive. I think the thing I noticed as soon as I looked at it was just how beautiful the finish was. They've really nailed it. I think this looks every bit as good as my Gibson or better when it comes to the visuals of it. So I have no complaints with this in terms of how it plays, sounds, and feels. But I guess some people might have a complaint with the price. These are starting to get up to that sort of Gibson level pricing, which is what they've done on purpose. So it's up to you whether or not you can justify it. But I think in terms of all the Epiphones I've played over the years, this is by far the best feeling one in the hand. It feels every bit like a Gibson. And yes, it's made in China, handcrafted in China. Epiphone, it says Gibson Custom on the back. The serial number's there. It's a beautiful guitar, and the neck profile, man. I wish my Flying V had this profile. So I might buy this and sort of like lop this off and turn it into a Flying V. No, I won't do that. Couldn't do that. But yeah, very, very nice. So thanks to Sky Music for the loan of this. If you want to check it out, I'll link it below. Thanks again. Catch you soon. See ya.